A quiet town, two best friends, one bloody shirt, and no body. What happened to Michael Bridges? Was it a tragic accident or something much darker? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on a mystery that still haunts the town of Crestwood. This is Storytelling Podcast. Stay with us. It's about to get twisted.
Okay, so we've got a really creepy story today.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this one's a true story.
Right. Yeah, and that's what's really unnerving about it, I think.
Yeah.
When you first start hearing about it, it just sounds so normal, this could happen to any of us.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it so much scarier, I think.
It is. So this is the story of Michael Bridges.
Okay.
And Michael was just heading over to his friend Brock's house on a Friday night. It's like classic Friday night hangout.
Like Friday night pizza in a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. And he was texting Brock and, just walking along the same route he always walks. And poof, he's just gone.
Yeah, and the really weird thing is that there's just no trace.
Yeah.
Normally when somebody disappears, there's some kind of clue.
Right.
A wallet or signs of a struggle or somebody heard something.
Right.
But in this case, there's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like he just disappeared.
Totally vanished.
Into thin air.
Yeah.
And then there's this one text message. Yeah. He's following me.
Yeah, just think about that for a second.
Right.
You get a text from your best friend, he's following me, and then they disappear.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that just gives you chills.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so short, too.
Yeah.
Who is he? Why didn't he say more?
Exactly. And, this isn't just like some campfire story. Mm-hmm. This was a real event.
Yeah, real people, real life.
So what we're going to do in this deep dive is we're going to try to figure out what happened.
Okay.
What happened to Michael, what happened between him and Brock, and what are all these secrets and this silence all about? Yeah,
so let's start with the last time anybody actually talked to Michael.
Yeah, he was on his way to Brock's.
Okay.
And it was like 9:52 p.m. when he sends the first text, on my way, totally normal.
Yeah.
Just letting his friend know.
Keeping him updated.
And then 6 minutes later, 9:58.
Yeah.
He sends the second text. He's following me.
So just 6 minutes later.
6 minutes. It's like, that's how fast things can change.
It's crazy.
And then who is he?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
And you'd think Brock would know, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. But apparently Brock had no idea.
Wow.
So he calls Michael right away. Nothing.
Of course.
Texts him back, silence.
And that's got to be so scary.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's not just that he's not answering.
Right.
It's that last text, he's following me.
Yeah, you got to be thinking what's going on.
Exactly.
So Brock waits an hour, then another hour.
Yeah.
By midnight, he's like totally freaking out.
Yeah, I would be too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, at first you might think, oh, maybe he just dropped his phone or something.
Right.
But then after a couple of hours and with that text message.
Yeah, something's really wrong.
Something's definitely wrong.
So by the next morning, Michael's officially a missing person.
And his phone's dead.
Phone's dead, totally dead. No calls, no texts.
So they couldn't even track his location.
No. And think about this. All of this happened within 5 blocks.
5 blocks.
5 blocks. That's like nothing.
It's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, you can practically see Brock's house from Michael's apartment.
So he didn't get lost or anything?
No, it had to be something that happened right there in those 5 blocks.
That's so strange.
It is. So they start searching, the police, dogs, drones, volunteers.
Wow, the whole works.
But they find nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. No scent trail, no phone. It's like he vanished.
That's incredible.
Right. And Brock is just beside himself,
I bet he felt so guilty.
Oh, yeah. At first he thought Michael was just playing a prank.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They used to do that kind of stuff in college.
Okay.
But obviously this wasn't a game.
No, definitely not.
So they're searching everywhere. Alleys, rooftops, storm drains, you name it.
Looking everywhere.
And then they get this psychic involved.
Psychic.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
But this is what the sources say.
Okay.
And the psychic says, look where the light doesn't touch.
That's pretty vague.
Yeah. It's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, where do you even start with that?
Right. But it's like, it makes you think outside the box, you know?
Okay, I see.
Like maybe there's something they're missing, something they haven't thought of.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Brock is having these crazy dreams.
Oh, no.
Yeah, every night he dreams about Michael.
Wow.
And Michael keeps saying the same thing. You're looking in the wrong place.
Ooh. That's creepy.
Right. So at first, Brock just thinks it's, grief and stress.
Right. Nightmares.
Yeah. But then weird stuff starts happening when he's awake.
Like what?
Like a mug falls off the counter and shatters for no reason.
What?
His dog starts growling at nothing.
Uh-oh.
And he wakes up with dirt on his shoes.
With dirt on his shoes.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember going outside.
Well, that's weird.
So now he's thinking, is he sleepwalking?
Maybe.
Or is it something else?
It could be.
So he starts documenting everything.
Okay.
Security cameras, journals, voice memos.
Just in case.
And then he catches something on one of the voice memos.
What is it?
A whisper.
A whisper.
Just one word. Under.
Under.
Yeah. And suddenly it's like everything clicks for Brock.
Like what?
The psychic said, look where the light doesn't touch.
Right.
The dream said, you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah.
The weird stuff in his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And now this whisper. Under.
Okay.
And he remembers the drainage tunnel.
The drainage tunnel.
Yeah, it's this old tunnel that runs under the park.
Okay.
But it's sealed off.
Why is it sealed off?
Some kid almost drowned in there years ago.
Oh, wow.
So nobody ever thought to search it.
Right.
But now Brock is convinced that's where Michael is.
So what does he do?
He grabs a flashlight and goes down there alone.
Alone? That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it is. But he's like obsessed,
Yeah, I can imagine.
He has to find Michael.
So what's it like down there?
Well, it's dark and cold and wet.
Oh, yuck.
And every little sound echoes.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is. And then he starts finding things.
Like what?
Scratches on the walls.
Could be from Michael.
Maybe.
Or something else.
Red a shoe?
Michael's shoe.
It looks like it.
Wow, this is getting intense.
And then he finds Michael's phone.
He finds the phone.
Yeah, and it still has some battery left.
No.
And there's one video file on the phone.
Oh, gosh. What's on the video?
So Brock hits play, and let's just say after that, he can't sleep anymore.
Seriously. What was so bad about it?
Well, the video starts with Michael. He's breathing hard, and he's walking.
Okay.
And then he turns to the camera, and he whispers, he's still there.
Mm.
And then the video goes to static, and then darkness.
Oh, gosh.
And then his face appears on the screen.
A face.
But it's not a normal face.
What do you mean?
The sources describe it as not quite human.
Oh, no, that's
Pale with like these hollow eyes and this really wide smile.
so creepy.
It is, and then Michael drops the phone.
He drops it.
Yeah. And then his hand reaches down and picks it up.
Oh, my God. Whose hand is it?
We don't know. The video just cuts to black.
That's terrifying.
Right. So obviously the police reopen the case.
Yeah, of course.
And they declare the drainage tunnel a crime scene.
But did they find anything else down there?
No, they found nothing. No other evidence, just the phone and that video.
Oh, wow.
So they have no idea who took Michael or what happened to him.
That's so frustrating.
It is. And so now the story of Michael's disappearance is like this urban legend.
Yeah, people whisper about it.
Yeah, they say the tunnel is cursed or that he was abducted by something not human.
So what does Brock think happened?
Brock believes that Michael is still trapped down there.
Trapped in the tunnel.
Yeah, he thinks Michael's neither alive nor dead.
That's a scary thought.
It is. And get this, every year on the anniversary of Michael's disappearance, Brock gets a text message.
A text message from who?
Nobody knows, the number's always different.
What does the text say?
One word.
Help.
Help.
That's so creepy.
Right. So what do you think? Is it just an urban legend? Did Brock lose his mind? Or is there something more to it, something truly terrifying? You decide.
Sometimes the most frightening stories are the ones that don't have answers.
That's right. And that's why we keep diving deep into these mysteries. This has been The Deep Dive. If you want to hear more stories like this, make sure you subscribe. And remember, sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can't see or hear. We'll see you in the next one if you dare.